that must depend on the light of their soul to arrest their destiny must understand the importance of calibration of time. Intelligence has already calibrated our time into 24 hours. And then there is 24 hours to make every day to make 10 years. 24 hours to make 10 years. Every 24 hours to make 5 years, to make 20 years. Now, your 10 years, which is a calculation in destiny, runs on every 1 hour, every minute. So every 1 second you invested outside place of learning or duty post wound your future. And that is the mystery that lead men to death. Because some people want to live after they have lived like those that should die. After they have invested their time on something that must kill them. When they are prepared for death through going to places they're not supposed to go, suddenly at midnight they start looking for life. Nobody dies suddenly. People follow path of life to die. That is why there is something I said here. I have shared with it. I've shared it yesterday, but let me repeat it. I will share two things together on knowledge that cannot be taught. And then I'm going to go on later now after that on those who knows the way of life. Those who only those who know the way of life can avoid it. Now, please hear me. Hear me. Those who wrote Bible didn't tell us everything. They didn't tell us the process, the total process that enabled them inspiration. So there are more. There are more in the Bible. That is why we cannot depend totally only on the Bible to be like those who wrote it. Because there are more those who wrote it didn't write. There are processes that they went through that the knowledge is not teachable. That their knowledge, you just saw shepherd, and you see that I'm not taking drug at this age, and I will not take. And there is no way I can teach in details that life. I can't teach that life in details. And that is why those who are around me, who are always around me, are always better than those who are far. Because there are things they see. There are things they see that I don't teach. I said there are things they see that I don't teach. The only place on earth I wear boxers is in my room. Only one place. And then sometimes I will wear that my peteri. I will use that peteri only to cover. Now, how can you joke with somebody who sees me only when I'm wearing peteri? Like tomorrow is Saturday, I will not come to church, and I'm inside that room there with peteri for 10 hours. Yes. Because I need to aim my body. That's the only chance I have. That is what that is when we say things that can be taught. Now, hear me. There is a way God is, because God is not liberal about knowledge. What I mean is that what you're not meant to know, He will not teach you that. And then He will hold you responsible for not knowing that. Yes. some of the people who say that they will die, they don't know how evil death is. So that statement, I will die, everybody's supposed to die, is a statement that is meant for the ignorant person. For somebody to even say he will die, he has condemned himself. But you see, God does not take responsibility for negative confessions. Somebody who said that he will die has already subjected himself to the angel of death. But because he has not studied to know the power of confession, God will not exonerate him from the pain of speaking evil about himself. There is no way he can be exonerated. Now there are people that if they know the implications of living in a way or thinking in a way or saying something, they will not say it. But because some of those things are knowledge that cannot be taught. When Jesus was with the disciples, look at the separation. Look at the separation. When they went to the mountain, to the transfiguration in 17 of the book of Matthew, Jesus didn't teach in the transfiguration. But when they were coming down in 17:9 of Matthew, he told the disciples, he said, that which you saw. He didn't say that which I taught you. That thing you saw. Don't say it to others. Don't say it immediately. I think we should look at that scripture so that you can understand what I'm saying. There's a difference between allowing someone to see something and teaching somebody something. Verse number 9, 17:9, quickly, time is going away.
And as they came down from the mountain,
Jesus charged them, saying,
tell the vision to no man, until the Son of Man be risen again from the dead.
Now, when the Bible said, when he used the word vision, it means what you saw. It's not a teaching. Now, there was a seclusion. Some people don't know that eyes connect us to power quickly than prayer. Eyes connect us very fast, particularly if you're a thinking person. That is, if you have an inquisitive spirit. There are some things you see, it engraft into your soul. And then the ancient intelligence of wisdom will say, don't teach it. Don't tell anybody about that. Don't tell anybody this. Can I say this? Can I say this to you? It will not be possible to have a profound greatness without seclusion to see. There is what is called intercourse or faith or fellowship. Something that a spirit revealed to you to intimate you, and also to season your heart that you might be separated from other people. The spirit might not teach you that. He might allow you to see it, and then it is imprinted into your spirit to recreate you. There are some things that when you see it, it will be imprinted into your spirit. And then that thing you saw will recreate you. Particularly sensitive people who know how to take advantage of opportunities. But foolish people, that is why you don't trust them with treasures. If you have life, there is a knowledge to that life. A type of knowledge. Now, those who run faster than others, they came from families where people are taught to keep secrets. Don't forget that when you want God to visit a boy or somebody, you should prepare the person's heart for visitation. So there are things you must put in the heart of your children for greatness. You don't leave it for God. There are people that God will not visit. God will not visit people who their hearts were not prepared from a background. If you look at Anna, when he wanted Samuel to be a priest, that his word will not fall to the ground, or a prophet, he took Samuel quickly at the age of 4 to Eli. for impartation that will enable Samuel. Not only impartation of going to learn, impartation of being around. Let me tell you something also that happened, a secret in that encounter. When Samuel got into the house of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas were notorious. So they couldn't block Samuel from the service because they were not doing it. So God paid attention on Samuel. He shouldn't have paid on him if Hophni and Phinehas were not profane. It was arranged. By the time God started calling Samuel, at that small age, God started calling Samuel. He wouldn't have called Samuel if Hophni and Phinehas were fine. So he brought Samuel into the inner sanctuary because there was a problem in the priesthood of Eli. Yes, so that Samuel can see things he's not meant to see at that age. That interpretation, that anytime God called him, he went to Eli. God don't need to call Samuel at that time. He wouldn't have if Hophni and Phinehas were sound. But he started imparting the soul of Samuel, Eli. And then he commanded Eli to teach him the essence, the principle, the ordinance of priesthood of Levitical, Eli. Because God cannot, Eli himself will not trust his children. So he took advantage of sin. Hear me. The reason Africa is in pain is because of the praise we have on the finish. A woman gave birth to a boy that is only 18 years. He sent him out to go and get money. Or start presenting money to the boy as value. Start. You can imagine where you're trying to present money to a small boy as the only value that's important to the house. Some people, consciously or unconsciously, please, there are some notorious families that the only important place they take their children is where they do party, where they meet big men. Where children meet big men, where big men eat big food, where they do big wedding, where they do big burial. And then this boy just saw, the only thing he see is notorious people who come with expensive car, and this thing is appreciated, and the parents showed him that is all that matters. So even if that boy is in a school, he'll be targeting that, because that's what the family praises. I was telling them there yesterday. I said there are pastors that are far smaller than me, but chefs bring food to their office every afternoon. They are rent chefs. Is it too much? They can give 2 million to a restaurant. And every afternoon, people that have uniform will come here with cap. Now, why I didn't tell that part is because I had a background that didn't praise it. I have a background. It's not that I don't know it exists, and it will never be my life. If that is a life I have, look at something, we have nothing. Because it has also other lifestyle of traveling, of going to boutiques to make choice of clothes. It is in that exposure that children are destroyed. Did you tell a boy that is taken to where they do parties is not different from the one that took to mountain, to retreat ground? Are they not different? Will they grow in the same way? This one went to a mountain and he had stayed there for 7 days with fruit with his parents. And he saw his father and mother hitting their hand on the ground. And the boy was eating his own. That process toughened him. Even if he becomes rich tomorrow, he will know that money will not change that life. And that's what God trusts. All right. Put your hand together for just to have left it. So knowledge that cannot be taught is a knowledge of a life. Now, only those who know the way of life can avoid it. Now, excuse me. God will never preserve anyone who don't know the way of life. A lot of people are living, but they don't know the way of life. A lot of people are living, but they don't know what kills people. A lot of people don't know one dominion, but they don't know that dominion is a life. What you can keep is more important than what you can get. Life is all about keeping. No, it's all about keeping. Please, can you pay attention to me? When you look at the two lives, Pharaoh and Joseph, Joseph came into Egypt, came into the palace from prison. That means he had nothing. He had nothing that was in his hand. But there was so much in the